quick catch up after Bedford Town to Walton and Hersham nil. It's been a couple of weeks since we've caught up, obviously after the Aldershot game last Tuesday night. So firstly, we'll come on to today's game, but your summary of the Burko game and also Tuesday night against Biggleswade.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think they're three really good oppositions. I think all three of them are used to winning games at their respective levels, so it's been really nice. We had a season where we were hanging on to games last year, so I think being familiar with winning was not something that we were used to. So when you play against teams that are familiar with winning, they want to take control of everything off the ball, how they restart play, how they have the ball, and I think we've done really well against all three sides within their own respective levels. Walton today were really good at retaining the ball. They provoke pressure, so you have to send so many bodies in, and when you do, they can just play in the pockets and turn it in behind us. So we had to do a hell of a lot of running in the first 30 minutes, and then felt like we solved the problems they were making us really think about, and then they come up with something new, and that was actually really refreshing. That was probably the toughest game we've had so far, I think, because the players are now coming up with loads of different solutions to a team that can retain the ball really well. And there's a certain amount of teams in our league that can do that. So that was a really good test. I think they've really frustrated us for periods of time. You could see that with our body language and how the players were grafting. They were getting a little bit worked up. And then goals change games. Yella spoke about it at half time, and we just seemed to really kick off after we scored from that corner routine. I was doing a knee slide over there in the dugouts, and we scored from that. So we're working on that all Thursday. So nice to know that works. But yeah, it's been really good. We've tried to be as aggressive as possible, so it's a bit strange that we haven't conceded yet. We seem to be really resilient. Laurie's been making massive saves at massive times, which is what you expect from a player of Laurie's calibre. We played Aaron for 90 against Biggleswade, and I thought he was outstanding. And we have a really strong goalkeeping department, so you can almost expect that from them. But it's really nice to know that they can deliver, because they'll definitely be called upon as the season goes. We tried to put as much pressure as high as we can, so that we can basically work out gaps that we need to plug. And yeah, it seems to be that the recovery runs we make are outstanding. So we put a lot of pressure on the ball, because we can outrun teams for 60, 70 yards and get back to our goal. So yeah, lots of promise, some really good signs against some really good oppositions. And yeah, we're excited. We're really looking forward to the next test.
We spoke earlier in the week about the Walton test, the big new to step two, then being hungry, it probably being our toughest game so far. You mentioned that you found that certainly the case in terms of the opposition. You started off with a very strong 11, and then it must have been quite heartening that when we tinkered it, when we were on the trial lists, it didn't change that much in terms of the level of performance.
Yeah, I think both 11s were strong, if I'm honest with you. I think the boys really done themselves proud. We've been working on stuff. We're trying to work out what our strongest 11 looks like. The boys keep giving us headaches, so it's a testament to them. It's a testament to the trialists. I think Walton are a side that they look like they've been together a long time. I know that the manager is new, but their patterns are really good. Their organisation is really good, and we're a team that's fresh and has just been put together. And I think we went toe to toe for maybe 40 minutes, particularly in the second half. Some phases in the first half. I think although they retained the ball and pinned us in, we probably had better chances, if I'm honest, and that's what games going to look like in our league. So it was really promising. Yeah, we're happy.
You touched on this already. Fundamentally, we've now played 360 minutes and not conceded a goal in pre-season. There's a lot to be said about results, about the importance of it. It's about fitness, it's about performance. But that must be positive. After last year, when we conceded late goals, disappointments, losing points late on, that must be a real good sign this early doors. That
it is. Weirdly, I wouldn't say we're actively trying to not concede. We're almost trying to be so open, like I alluded to earlier, so we can work out what gaps we need to plug. So, it's not something that we're actively working on yet. We only started working on defending this week, so we've done 2 weeks of having the ball, taking the ball. And then with what you alluded to about the late goals last season, I just think that's a mindset thing about being as aggressive as you can for as long as you can. And the England game is a really good example. I think you see the tone change after the water break, and all of a sudden we're penned in, and I think that's a mentality thing. And these boys, their mentality is unbelievable. It starts with the staff. Really proud of the work the staff have put in over the last 2 to 3 weeks, and yeah, you can see how aggressive that we're trying to be. And yeah, I use this word a lot, but it's exciting. We want to be exciting. We want supporters to come to these games and walk away having a really good day, regardless of the result. We might have lost, but we might have lost going toe to toe with teams. I think we went with a different approach last season, and to everyone's credit, kept us in the league. And now it's about building on what we've done last year. And part of that is taking more control of the game of football. That might be with the ball, it might be without the ball, depends on the opposition. Um, but yeah, trying to be as exciting as we can. And I think it is. I think it has been so.
To say it's exciting, it is positive. Things are good. We haven't conceded a goal. We're playing well. The fans that are down here are really commenting on how the togetherness is starting to knit, how exciting it is. We'll always get an honest answer from you, Harry. So what's the negative? Where do we need to work on still? Where are you a little bit unhappy?
I think when you play against a team that retains the ball like that so well, you have to have solutions to lots of problems. I.e., the man you're marking shows feet next time he runs away. Next time he goes really deep. We I think the players look to us to sort of solve that, where we need to get them into a position where they can do it themselves. And that takes a little bit of time. And if we were a group that had been together for longer, you know what you're doing, and you know what your job is. Where there was a 30-minute spell where it looked like our sixers were really struggling because we want to put as much pressure on as we can, but they had to track runners, and they were tracking runners into the back line, and it was a real contradiction of our messages. So we've got to get more sessions in, more reps in to that sort of stuff. But I didn't feel like we were clean enough with our pressing, and it just forced us to play deeper and deeper. Whereas in the second half, it was a lot more aggressive. I felt like we got closer to their box and we were pressing, so that needs to get better. That will get better over time. Feel like that it's because of the heat. The pitch has been so sticky, so it's nothing to do with the lads' abilities. But our ball speed hasn't been as good as it's going to be as the season gets on. And then we're making just small mistakes, but that's okay. We expect that. It's nothing that we can't work out, train out the boys, that they'll get used to over time. Like I said, the pitch is excellent here, but when it's this hot and it's this sticky, it does affect what you do with the ball, and we are having a lot more possession. So it is something that we need to consider.
On to Friday, and it finally arrives, that long-awaited Bedfordshire Senior Cup final against the neighbours from Real Bedford. What there's been a lot spoken about it, both ways of the fence. A lot of conversation about the importance of the game and stuff. But fundamentally, it's another run out and the opportunity to win some silverware pre-season. What's the approach from the management, from the players? How are you shaping up for it?
We want to win every game of football you put in front of us. Regardless of who we play. Wanted to win against Aldershot, couldn't quite get there. Wanted to win against Barclay Biggleswade, wanted to win today. And it's the same mentality going into Real Bedford. We want to win every game that's put in front of us. I think with regards to the game, Rob, the manager of Real Bedford, is excellent. I've watched his team 2 or 3 times over the years. I think he's added some really strong additions to his management team. He's got some really good players. Again, they're a group of players that have been together for a long time. They're in the league below us. So what that does is it brings a little bit of pressure. It's almost could be a lose-lose situation where if you win, you're expected to win, and if you lose, then it's headlines. But I don't think our players really look at it like that. They're almost a bit numb to the rivalry that there is expected to be, because they're a really fresh group and they just go into every game with as much aggression as possible. They just want to win every game. So I wouldn't say it's something that we've spoken about internally too much. I think that we'll visit the pressure that comes with the expectation of being the team in the league above. But I think that's a privilege. I think that's such a good place to be as a football club. You want to be going into games of football expected to deliver, expected to win. I think we've had this underdog mentality for quite a while, which is an absolutely unbelievable story. The journey to get here has been fantastic. So many people have done so much good work. But now it's about establishing ourselves. And I think with this game you can do it, or you can try to do it. You can show the intent. You can try and be as aggressive as possible. And as well, maybe a little bit off topic to go in and trying to win in the game. I think it's a really good time to be a young person in the Bedfordshire area. You've got 2 football clubs really fighting it out to bring football to the community. And it is a rugby-based community, which the rugby club are doing an excellent job. But now you have us and you have Real Bedford trying to bring football in, and I think we're doing a great job. I think we're both doing a great job. I know the work that goes in here in this football club, and the work behind the scenes that the youth does, that starts with Goody, the girls in the commercial team, and Jack and himself do, is absolutely outstanding. And the room for growth here, it blows my mind. I'm so proud that Ben, John, Gary have chose me to take this club on with the rest of the staff, because there's so much potential here. There's so much potential to grow Bedford Town Football Club, and I truly believe that with some of the work that's going on in the ground, the investment that goes into making sure that the team can be competitive. It's a good time to be a supporter of the Bedfordshire team. should support Bedford Town Football Club. Let me be clear with that. But it's a good time to be a supporter of a Bedfordshire team. And hopefully you'll see that come Friday. I think Rob's ideas are similar to mine, I would say. I think he likes to take control of a game of football. So what you should see is two teams just absolutely going at it. And yeah, I'm a football fan, and that's what I want to see. So I'm excited for the game. I'm going to have to stop using that word. I think that's the fifth time I've used it in this interview. But I'm excited. The staff are excited. Yella alluded to, Yella, sorry, explained to us in the management room after that he's been in the County Cup final twice and never won it. So the third time might be a charm for him, and hopefully so.
Either that or we keep him away on Friday night, one of the two.
Yeah, we'll see what he does on Thursday in the session. If he's over it, we'll have to ask him to stay out.
Just finally, as well, quickly, the first time we spoke since the fixtures came out, Oxford away, followed by Darlington, Buxton at home.
Yes, return of the Marshall, return of the Ellis.
Exactly. How do you feel about the fixtures?
I think it's a really tough start. I think Oxford have recruited really well. They look like a really good side. They're obviously full time. I'd imagine their remit will be different to ours and different to last year. Looking from the outside, it looks like they should be pushing playoffs. So it's as tough as a start as you're going to get. And a little frustrating that you're getting one of your local sides on your first Saturday. You'd love to be going up north, miles away, or bringing one of the northern sides down here. But it is what it is. I'll say this all the time. We just want to win games of football. Don't really care who you put in front of us. We're going to try and stamp our authority in every single game, giving our younger players a platform to go and express themselves. Our senior players have been excellent with them. The direction that they give these younger players has been outstanding. And we've got a lot of players that are coming towards the peak of their career, and I think we can really get the best out of them. So, yeah, it's a good start. It's a tough start, but I'm also of the mindset that throw anyone at us and we'll have a go.
Lovely, Harry. Lovely here. Thank you, honesty, as normal. Just a reminder to everyone that the Bedfordshire Senior Cup final is here on Friday night, and it is a Bedfordshire FA event, so everyone must purchase a ticket in advance. There's no season tickets or anything like that. So good luck to everyone for the rest of the pre-season, Harry, and thanks for your time.